right. You know what? Since it's not out there, but I'm curious, I want to know. I've been watching the toll numbers for the condo collapse in Florida, and as I was looking through the videos of like honoring the unaccounted for, the wall of the missing, and seeing like the murals of who's gone missing, I noticed there are no humans. I hate using the word black, but there are no black people. There's no humans in there, not one. Um, and so then I heard that there was a rule that black people were not allowed in the building. Um, so it sounds like they didn't even have anybody working there, not as a clerk, definitely not as a resident. I just find that whole thing so freaking bizarre. Um, I'm out here in California. Technically, it should be illegal, but it's not. I actually came across some other articles just kind of looking into that to see, what the rules are and what the policies are about you not allowing people of a certain ethnicity onto your premises. I actually came across a video where there was this young couple where they had just bought a house, and surprisingly, that was in California. I'll see if I can find it. If I find that video again, I'll come back and share it. And I want to say it was an older video. I think it was in 2014. But they said that they bought the house, and then at the very end, they had to sign a document saying that they would not allow Black people in their community. And as someone who had gotten their license in real estate, I know that that's illegal. Um, so it was interesting to see that um, as early as or as late as 2014. But yeah, I was just curious. I don't know if somebody from out there can tell me. Go ahead and comment below. But I just find it weird. And I will say this, like my parents they were older, so growing up we would watch Golden Girls, and I remember watching it and thinking like, oh my god, they have no black people there or no casting of black people. I think they might have had one or two. One was a housekeeper, so the stereotypical she she was supposed to be the housekeeper. Um, and then they had a little black girl on there, and she ended up robbing Blanche. Um, and those are the two. Oh, and then I believe Dorothy's son married an older black woman, Lorraine, and she ended up. Oh no, Lorraine was a housekeeper, but I think Dorothy's son ended up marrying an older black woman who eventually left him. But I forget how many seasons the Golden Girls were around. But I remember watching it, and I remember thinking like, wow, there were really no black people in Florida. And so when I came to the realization of what was happening with the condo, um, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, there's still no black people in Florida. It's so bizarre. But I was just curious. I just wanted to because the odds, like, what are the odds that there are zero black people in the collapse? I'm not saying that I wish anybody was in the building. I'm just saying it kind of gives credence or it gives some truth to the idea that they didn't allow black people in that building. And then how do they monitor for that? That's just strange or bizarre. So, all right. I figured I would just ask. And if you are familiar with that community, I'm also curious, like, what are the rules for the North? Because I think this was a South condo that collapsed. So, for the North Tower, do they have the same rules? Do you have the same rules where it's unspoken for you to, if you're black, to enter the building, or like you couldn't go in and go to the pool, or rent the space out, or buy the condo space there? I'm just curious. So, like, yeah, if you're familiar with that, whether the South, which collapsed, or with the North, which is still standing. What are their policies on that? What are their rules on that? And it's kind of interesting because I think for Florida, right alongside California, it's one of the most diverse populations. So it would be in states like if this was out in Tennessee where you have people who are still wearing their Confederate flag and wearing their Confederate caps and stuff on interviews, then I could understand it, I think, a little bit more. But I just, for how diverse Miami is, I would be surprised to see this behavior in Florida. Like I said, California, technically, you're not supposed to. Um, they have unspoken laws, but like I said, there was that couple that actually had to do it in writing, where they say that they took a vow that they're not going to allow Black people on the premises. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. Just tell me what you think. Go ahead and put in the comments below. Peace.